Hello, sister friends. Welcome to a Saturday Live, our first ever. I am excited that there's people chatting away in the chat. I thought, well, maybe I'll get two or three people to join me on a Saturday night. Maybe I was just crazy for doing this, and I'm the only one who's available on a Saturday night. But it looks like there's some others of you who at least are going to be here for a bit, so I'm very excited about that. Thank you for coming and being here. Let me say hello to some people, do some housekeeping, and we are going to jump in today and listen through episode 3 and discuss, which is a good one because it is Janelle and Kody's big fight. Janelle putting up her dukes. I love it. And Kody showing his true colors. It's also good. It's also good. All right. Oh, I thought I changed my chat to live chat. There we go. Now we're back to live chat. Oh, so much chatting going on in this chat. This is awesome. I thought I was going to do something else before this. I can't remember what it was. All right, let me just go say hello. Lynn Skinner and Lori Karad, both here. Thank you, moderators, for being here. I don't know how you're always available for these lives, but God bless you. And many others of you are always here. Kathy Ferron, good to see you. You're in Seattle. Oh, but you'll still pop in with snarky comments. Way to go, Kathy. You never disappoint. Elizabeth Murphy, hello, welcome. Super Tiffy Lynn, hello. Morticia, hello. All these regulars. Lisa Owen, been here, done that. I haven't seen you in a while, been here, done that. Good to see you again. Judith Berg, hello. Carol Davis, hello. Did I say hi to you already, Carol? I may have. Mama Squirrel, hello. I'm just scrolling through chat, so if you've written a couple comments in there, I'm trying to remember who I said hi to. Ethel, good to see you, Ethel Mertz. Judith Berg, Kim Dodd, hello. Ruth Carroll, Betty B, hello. Andrea Jordan, hello. Baker Queen, good to see you. You're listening as you're driving home from your nursing shift. God bless you. Out of all the things that you could listen to, you're listening to this. That makes me happy. Beverly Miner, hello. Linda Kohler, good to see you. All right, Betty B is thrilled to make a live. Yay, Betty B. We're thrilled to have you. Okay, quick housekeeping. In the chat, just be kind to each other. Don't be mean and keep it clean. We never have a problem with people being mean to each other, do we? I don't know. I should check with the mods and see if they ever had to get rid of people being mean to each other. I don't think we do. I think all the sister friends out there are amazing. I really do. I do. Okay, take this moment to hit the like and subscribe button if you haven't already. And even if you have, and if you've watched any of my videos, you know, you may be unsubscribed for no apparent reason due to technology glitches at YouTube. So always check to make sure that subscribe button is still hit. And if you hit the bell, then that means you'll get notified however you have it set up in YouTube, whether it's a text or an email, you'll get some sort of notification when we go live in case you forget. Or anytime I post a new video, because there's no set schedule on those. So if you want to be one of the first to see it, hit that bell. Okay, again, on the replay of these, if you can't see the chat, click the little caret at the top where it says top chat, change it to live chat, and anybody who's live here right now, change it to live chat too, because that will make your chat be in chronological order and not come in the order that YouTube thinks it should, which I think is odd. Who would want that? But anyway, let's see. The very end, we have a quote, which I actually said on Thursday night, but I thought it would go good with this episode, so we're going to say it again. And don't forget that I also have a sub-channel. It's called Reality TV Breakdown, and currently the show that I'm reviewing on there is Welcome to Plathville. So I was a little bit behind because I was out of town for about 5 days. I left on Wednesday, we came back on Monday. And it's more than 5 days. Anyway, I did catch up and post 2 weeks ago video, and I've recorded this past week's video. So I will have it edited later this evening and then tomorrow. So it'll be posted by tomorrow night. So you will be all caught up on reviews before seeing Monday night's episode. Worst case scenario, I'll do it on Monday and get it done before, but I'll try to get it done Sunday night. Sundays are kind of odd because it tends to be the day that both my girls are available to FaceTime me. And sure enough, again today, my daughter's like, I can do it Saturday night. I'm like, oh, I'm going live. So between doing the live with James, going to church in the morning, and then FaceTiming with both my girls, which usually are about 2 hours apiece, it kind of takes up the whole day if I also want to eat. So I might not get to it, but I will do my best. Okay, just as a reminder, coming up in September, I will be going to Nashville. So any of you in Nashville who want to get together and have lunch somewhere, let me know. I heard back from Dr. Karen. Dr. Karen, retired OB. We're getting together and we're going to do lunch. So shoot me an email if you're going to be in Nashville, if you live in Nashville, not if you're going to be in Nashville. And we'll get together. I'll be there for like 10 days. So I have time. Like here at home, I'm a little bit more stressed because everything in my life is happening in all my jobs. But down there, I'm just cat sitting. It's going to be pretty easy. And my daughter will be gone on vacation. So I'll have nobody to talk to. And there's nobody else in Nashville that I know. So to get together and have a lunch with some sister friends, I think would be fun. All right, that's it. Final thing. Oh, did I put it on? I think I did. In the description of all the videos, I have a link to Amazon. If you go through that link, which right now has my favorite Pilot G2 pens and then the set of glasses that I wear, my readers, in case you're interested in those, but you don't have to get them. If you just click on that link, which will take you to either one of those items, depending on which one you click, and then go ahead and browse through Amazon, do any shopping you want. And for the whole rest of the day, anything you buy, Amazon gives a little kickback to me. Go figure. Pretty awesome, huh? It's small, but it will add up. I know some of you. I need to get to the younger generation. I know my daughter in Nashville orders everything from Amazon. Okay. I'm just going to quickly say hi to a couple more people, and then I have it all queued up. We're ready to start. Oh, somebody's from Denmark. All right, if I don't go back far enough, I apologize. But Sherry Kempe is here. Good to see you again. Jennifer Wright, hi. Andrea Jordan, we said hi. We said hi to Becky and Linda. And Dee Dee's here. Susie, love the hair tonight. Thank you, Susie. Is this the first time you've commented in chat? I just don't recognize the last name. Untretched. I probably pronounced that completely incorrect. Maybe it's untracked. That could be. Anyway, good to see you. Glad you're here. Brandy Phillips, good to see you. Cabin Lady, welcome. Cabin Lady. Cabin, I think I've asked you this before. Cabin where? Or is that a desire to be the cabin lady? Dee Dee says, I get unsubscribed often. Yeah. Go figure. Dee Dee, it makes no sense. There's no rhyme or reason to it. I have people that are like, I don't know what you're talking about. I've never been unsubscribed. And I have channels I've never been unsubscribed to. And then other ones that I'm like, how come I'm not getting any? Because when you're subscribed to it, when you're on the main YouTube page, the recommended things there will be geared towards, especially if there's something new, towards this channel. So it'll show you something from, this channel. Like, do you want to watch this, or we recommend this? And some people told me they've been unsubscribed up to 3 times. And they just keep resubscribing. So it makes no sense. Nobody knows why. It's across the YouTube platform. I'm not the only content creator, thank goodness, or I'd really have a complex. All right. Beverly Newer, hello. Glad you're here. Oh, you just went and saw Twister? I heard that's a good movie. Crystal, hello. Jamie, hello. I think I'm caught up. And Misty Braun and Peach. And Adele. Adele, I have so many channels I magically get subscribed to. Oh, well, see, now there's a new one. I didn't even know they were subscribing people to channels too. Why can't that happen to me? Come on, YouTube gods. Shine down on me. All right. You just got another commercial? Uh-oh. Are other people getting commercials? You shouldn't be getting a commercial. Let me see if I can turn this off so it doesn't bother you guys. On the live, you shouldn't get a commercial. Let me see. So, can I go? Wait, I think I might be able to go here and see. Do, do, do. Hopefully you can all see this okay. I just noticed on my main page, it says, warning, the stream's bit rate, 264.84, is lower than the recommended bit rate. We recommend that you, I don't know what's gonna, I don't know. Oh. Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. I think I just inserted an ad. I'm trying to turn off ads. Delay ads. Well, I could delay the ads. Let me look in one more spot. I'm so sorry to do this, but I don't want you all who are here live to be bothered by, I might be able to do it right from my YouTube page. So let me go there rather than in here and see if I can do it. Content, live. Okay, I have it turned off for through my YouTube page, which usually is only after it gets posted and put up. So hopefully that affects this. Although here, there's like, oh no, it says edit. Oh wait, if I edit this, monetization, it says it's off. Okay, cancel that. Monetization off, but there's also a spot that says delay commercial, and I clicked it and it went for 10 minutes. So I'm going to try to keep that over to the side and keep my eye on it. Y'all let me know in the chat if you're going to continue to get commercials. Dee Dee, I just saw you sent a super chat. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate you, Dee Dee. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You should let YouTube know. Dee Dee's giving a super chat. Can you stop unsubscribing, my people? Please. Okay. Judy just got the first commercial. I just got a Bobby Brown commercials. Katrina said. I don't know. It says here there's still 8 more minutes before there's supposed to be another commercial, unless it's delayed to all of you. And then in my YouTube, it says monetization is off. It's just through OBS software. When I look at OBS software, it says monetization off. So maybe they won't continue to come. I pray, and I apologize if this is going to be a hot mess and you guys are going to keep getting commercials. That would be horrible. If you ever miss something and you need me to go back and replay it, you let me know. Okay. Julianne, you haven't had any commercials? Good. I got a political ad. I'm so sorry. Lordy, we have to deal with those all the way until November. Okay, here we are. This is episode 3. So excited. All right. Jamie's like, this dang crap, this dang ad is keeping me from hearing what's going on. Oh, Danielle, welcome to your first live. I'm glad you're here. Crystal, hello. You always get diaper ads, even though I don't have children in diapers. Yeah, go figure. All right. Peach has no ads. Excellent. Becky, good to see you. Hello. You actually made a, yes, I'm shook. You made a live. All right. For those of you who are here who normally can't make it on Thursday night, what I'm doing is I'm trying to do as many as 3 lives a week now, because any moment TLC is going to drop the information about when the new season is going to come. And it will either be like the very end of August or it's going to be at the beginning of September. So rather than slowly continuing doing both at the same rate, I really kind of want to rush through, if you will, season 18 since we've seen it already, but I really want to do a full refresher of it. Like I want to see it all again before we, well, not before, but before we get to the end of season 18. And the best way to do that is to triple up on them if we can. Plus, I've got another weekend coming up where I'm going to be gone from Thursday through Monday, and then I have to do all my books on Tuesday, do a full day of speech therapy for about 10 hours on Wednesday, and then that Thursday drive down to Nashville. So that week, about a week and a half, I'm just not available. So I don't want to leave you all, I don't want it to be like we're only on episode 4 or 5 and season 8 or season 19 is beginning already. So that's why we're doing this. Okay. Katrina, it's your first live too. Lots of new people here. So hopefully next Saturday we'll be back. That's the plan. I kind of have to go week by week and look at my calendar. But right now, the plan is we will do one more live on Tuesday night to catch up. And then we will also have our Thursday night. Okay. Here we go. I should probably turn that off. Hit play, make sure the volume's up. This is going to be good, people. This is going to be good. I'm excited. Does my sound okay? I just want to know. I cleared it all out and redid the entire sound platform because it was getting too pitchy and too high of sounds. I also put on an extra sound diffuser to try to make this, for some reason, some people are really annoyed by the sound of the fan behind me, but like, you know, menopausal, it's on, it's summer. So it needs to stay on. And I think it's pretty much turned it off so that when I'm not speaking, which is not that often, but if I'm not speaking, you shouldn't be able to hear it at all. And if I am speaking, I should be loud enough that you don't hear it that much. Anyway, so I redid my whole sound platform, hoping that one, it doesn't sound so, you don't hear like a really sharp, you know, T's and S's and it's not that popping sound. And then two, to also dampen that sound. Okay. Here we go, people. This is a review.
Really would like to have an amiable divorce.
I was laid up with COVID. I was out of my mind. But when I talked about this anxiety, Christine, and depression.
I know, and I'm sorry to even laugh a little bit, but Gwendolyn was like, yeah.
I'm not sorry.
It's okay. I just never want to see her again.
So you're okay with Christmas?
Cody's angry, and it's not a good time.
Oh, really? They're not going to do Christmas together. Janelle's going to do Christmas with her kids.
Okay.
The whole thing, frankly, makes me nauseous.
I have somebody in my life who is fundamentally loyal to me, who sees me as the head of the family. I'm saying to you that you and I get that if you're loyal to me.
I'm just angry, and I'm thinking, what the hell am I doing here?
All right, I'm going to skip the intro. Yep, Lynn, you're right. The near-death COVID experience. 1 minute and 20 seconds into the show for anyone who's following along on TLC Go or
TLC.com. Michael and my dear friend Nathan and I like to do man trips. We've gone out to Brian's place in Oklahoma. My brother Michael's in his mid-30s. He's a generation younger than me. I wasn't raised in polygamy. My mom and dad taught me about polygamy when I was young, but they didn't become polygamous until I was an adult. I have 5 sisters, and then there were 5 boys, including me. Nathan's been a dear friend of mine for years. He is a fundamentalist Mormon, and he's been married and divorced in plural marriage. So he's actually had that experience like mine, where he's got a wife that he loves at home and another wife that he loves who's leaving him. Brian's not a polygamist. He's mainstream. Brian was the consummate bachelor until a year ago. All I'm thinking about is the fact that she's leaving me, and I'm bitter, and I'm yelling about it. I've been whining to these 3 gentlemen about my divorce with Christine for a while. This is like a men's group, a therapy session for me.
So, okay, so like
Now he likes
grief,
therapy.
you have the stages of grief. And I'm assuming that with divorce, it's the same type of a thing. Because you kept kind of being like, I can't really believe this is happening.
It was definitely disbelief.
Yeah.
She moves my boxes all out into the garage, and I was sort of shocked.
The moment their stuff's all packed up.
Yeah.
It's like, what's going on?
Oh, I'm still in the anger state. It's over now. Christine's left. But I'm still feeling a lot of anger about sort of fallout, sort of the civil war with the family. The very beginning, the first reaction was relief. I went from that to anger. Because what I started doing was literally going online and trying to research if you're getting a divorce, how do you manage keeping things amiable with kids and stuff like that? And what it is just this really big, like, walk away from women movement. And it's about angry men who have been left. And I think that might have been a touch of poison because I got angry. So I'm going around to Robin and to Janelle.
You think, Kody? You think that might have been an issue?
Like Robin actually
So
said this is
dumb.
affecting our relationship in a terrible way.
I mean, like, I've witnessed Cody's process through this divorce, and he's all over the place. I mean, one minute he's angry, another minute he's very upset and sad, and then another minute he's like in this peaceful place where he's like, maybe this was meant to be, and then he goes back to the anger thing again. So you like be sitting there talking to him, and he just goes down this kind of crazy wild ride, and all of a sudden you're on the Cody coaster. It's scary.
It's his whole life.
The thing
Where's
I
she
kinda
been?
want to express to you is when you encounter anger, the root of anger is in two things. It's either in fear or it's in self-delusion or self-deception. You have to look
That's
in the
three
mirror
things.
and see the good, the bad, and the ugly, and own everything completely.
I'm still in self-deception, I can tell. So there was this moment when Christine told me she didn't want me to stay in her place anymore, where I was ambivalent. The reason I was ambivalent, I think, was literally because I thought she was playing a game. So her being gone, relief. The fallout with the whole family is grief. The sadness that kids struggle with. I mean, I think the biggest fantasy any child has is that mom and dad love each other all their lives long. I don't know. It's just the whole breakup, the divorce is, oh, now I've got this check mark of shame.
Who wants to
See, it's all about
roll the
Cody.
dice and marriage be
It's all
50-50?
appearances.
Especially now.
He doesn't care really that she's gone. How's this gonna look to my
We were just
buddies?
talking about this today. We have another friend that just got divorced. Being together during COVID, they couldn't take each other.
I always encourage Cody to have his guy time. I think it's important. Everybody needs that. Women need women time and men need men time.
When we lived in Utah, he did it fairly regularly. We used to call it Testosterone Tuesday.
Believe me, literally, it could be a gift where it dilutes personality.
How much do the wives get to leave and just have girlfriend
I
time?
enjoy her, but I can't leave. It'd be nice to have another wife because then I could get away from her for a little bit. Or it'd be nice if I'm the one that's cantankerous. She's thinking it'd be nice if you had another wife so I could get a break from you.
You hit it on the nose.
And then if you dilute it more and more and more, I mean, literally go both ways. Both ways.
Comment just makes me want to vomit. Maybe
That's
you
right, Mary.
should look at the whole big picture then in a situation like that and figure out how you can work together and be together instead of using somebody else as an escape. Are you kidding me?
How will it be for you if Christine enters into another relationship?
I like that,
It's so funny
Mary.
when that happens. I get jealous when that happens. I mean, I feel betrayed, no doubt. But I'm also like going, well, have a good life. I mean, what can I do? I'm not going to be bothered when another guy is in her life. I don't think.
Yeah, you will.
What you've done different.
It's gonna drive
to
you
save
crazy, Cody.
The marriage.
There was one time in my life when I realized the biggest mistake I made was Christine was kind of in this disconnect situation where she was telling me how much she hated polygamy. And my mistake was when she was saying, I hate polygamy, I was going, what the hell? You wouldn't have a family. You wouldn't have me. You wouldn't have our children. Instead of saying, I know it's hard, baby. I'm sorry. I love you. and I wish it didn't hurt.
He's memorized that line. That's the same
No,
one he
it
did
wasn't
with
just hating
Suki when he
polygamy.
held
It
her
was
hand.
realizing that after I gave so much, and I did anything he wanted, and anything he wanted me to do, I did. But when I needed help, he said no. They're not just my kids and my responsibility. They're our children. He's amazing super dad helping Robin. He immediately started helping Robin with everything as soon as she came in the family.
Back in the house in Lehigh, Utah, I was working 60 hours a week. Christine was asking for things that plural marriage didn't really afford women generally, and those are certainly not things that Robin ever got.
Parenting is never easy in plural marriage. Cody's gone 3/4 of the time. And that's why I had childcare help, because I can't ask Kody for that kind of help. He's got too much on his plate.
If Christine
And the
called
other
tomorrow and
wives,
said,
oh, I forgot about them.
I want to sit down and talk about this, would you be there?
I'd have to go, okay, I'll anger down, but I feel like I've been humbled enough by this experience to say, yeah, Christine, I did some things wrong. I want to acknowledge it, say I'm sorry, and essentially set you free.
Now, looking into your other marriages, you will know what not to do. 100%.
This is the biggest lesson I've gotten from the experience of the divorce, is that anger is a sword that stabs indiscriminately. My anger was affecting everybody else.
Yeah.
Like the kids were like, Mom, what have I done to Dad? And my wives were going, what have I done to you? And I'm there. Boys, what an experience. My anger has affected my relationship with Robin. It's affected my relationship with Janelle very much. I think Janelle's on the defensive now, and I can't figure out why. And if I reflect for a little bit, it's like, oh, I've been really angry. I'm challenged with my relationship with Janelle right now, but I think, once we get some things worked out, we'll be fine.
And the boys were asking if you thought you would come over, and I said I wasn't optimistic.
No, I'm not coming over. I have a house. I have a place where we would.
Oh, that line. I can't believe it. Okay. I'm gonna turn it down, let the commercials run through. Few comments. First of all, I saw somebody mark in here that Cody's friends are as dumb as he is. Was it Lynn or Lori? Honest to goodness. For Nathan to say, anger is one of two things. It's rooted in fear or self-delusion or self-deception. First of all, that's funny. Second of all, no, anger could be something that's not of those things too. He just throws this stuff out. I don't know if he makes it up on the fly or if he read a self-help article online or something once. I don't know. All right. Oh, what else? Oh, Christine saying, him claiming that Christine kept saying, I hate polygamy, I hate polygamy, I hate polygamy. And that he got defensive and angry with her and argued with her, as opposed to saying, hey, baby. No, you don't need to say, hey, baby. Just need to listen. There's no in between. He doesn't know how to be an empath. He doesn't know how to feel and just be real. It's like clown level or anger level or sexual level. It's all acting. He has these different roles he plays. And there's just no normal, let's just have a conversation. Boy, that must have been rough. Okay, I see it from your point of view. What can I do to help? That's really all she wanted to hear. Well, that's not true. She did want him to be around. But it makes me so angry that Robin says, I only had him. He was gone 3/4 of the time. That's why I needed childcare. What? He's gone as much for the other wives. Christine doesn't need childcare for her kid. Plus, she's touting around the kids that are older. A lot of them don't drive. Sometimes they're worse when they're at that age because now they're involved in sports and clubs and want to go to friends' houses. And you are the Uber driver at that middle stage of their lives before they have, or even if they do have a car. I mean, there was no car in the family for them to drive. So even if they could drive, they probably couldn't drive anywhere because they didn't have a car. So, yeah, Christine was dealing with all that. She just had the kids just in the house with her, had to have childcare. But the ironic part about it is, had to have childcare. But Christine was very clear in her interviews that he is at Robin's house all the time. And then in the evening at 6 p.m., he shows up at the other wives' houses, eats dinner, goes on his laptop or his phone, goes to sleep, gets up in the morning, and early in the morning, gets up to go make breakfast for Robin's kids, because Robin's still sleeping, because she's been shopping on Amazon all night. Or QVC. So he gets up in the morning to make breakfast for the kids and then drive them to school or just care for them in the morning. And then he stays there all day. And the excuse is, well, he has an office there. Mary's house could have 50 offices. But he won't go over there. It's all lies. Like, it just blows my mind how dumb they think we are, right? Honest to goodness. And then for him to double down and say, yeah, I work 60 hours a week. You do not. You do not. You work 60 hours. Anybody who works 60 hours a week would bring in a decent paycheck. They were at the poverty level. They were claiming bankruptcy after bankruptcy. They were on food stamps. He was not working 60 hours a week. Janelle was working full time, and she was bringing in the majority of the income to the family, they said in the book, in Janelle's chat. I think it was Janelle. Did she say, or maybe one of the other wives said, somebody mentioned that Janelle brought in basically all the money. Yeah, ridiculous. 60 hours a week. Then again, he could have been away from the house 60 hours a week. Because I think we've pretty much established he's a terrible salesman. All we've heard about is the one billboard that he sold when he worked for the billboard company. All right, I went and I looked up the name in McKelty's Patreon when I was listening. She mentioned the name of the company that he worked for. So I looked it up online and I went to see what a sales associate makes. And it starts at like $35,000 a year. Recommended degree, but it didn't say required degree. So that's probably how he got the job. So let's go back to that time. He wasn't making much money at all. I'm thinking it's so low because they make commission on the sale of the billboards. So here's him making poor decisions when he's got these kids he has to feed and take care of to take on a job. He would have been better probably working retail somewhere and made more money. Because let's go back to that time. I mean, that was what, 25 years ago that he was doing that job? What would the salary have been back then? 15 grand a year? And he's got how many kids at home and wives to support? He's just such an idiot. He's such an idiot. And then I get mad at them because they just believed everything he said all those years. Oh, all right, let me hit the chat here. All right. Lynn's wishing that the catfisher would have been real and that she would have been gone. Yeah. The office is in the bedroom. Very good, Michelle probably is. The office. That's what we call it these days. Delusional. Very well. Yes, that is what he is. Yeah, I was going to do a video on this, Mama Squirrel, which, by the way, Mama Squirrel, you're killing it in the comments tonight. I was laughing at so many of them. Remember when the wives got together to buy Kody a laptop and he didn't like it because he no longer had to work, he had the work excuse at Robin's? Yeah. He just didn't even want to work. He wasn't happy because he's like, oh, I guess this means I have to work again. Computer means work. If somebody bought me a new laptop, and I do all of my jobs online, All three of my jobs are predominantly online. I coordinate events that are weekend-long events. So that weekend, I'm obviously gone and working, at the hotel for the whole weekend and doing things. But other than that, the whole preparation, planning, dealing with contracts at hotels, negotiating things, collecting registrations and money and following up with people and doing all that stuff is done on my computer online. I am on the computer all the time. Okay. And then I do online speech therapy, and then I have this job that I do. If somebody got me a new laptop, I cannot tell you how giddy excited I was. Any of you who've been following me since last year know that I had to break down and buy myself a new laptop. I gave myself a Christmas present because my other one just started freaking out and it just would not hold. The memory was just shot on it. I don't know what happened to it. And so I had to get a new laptop because I just couldn't do any more video editing. I couldn't do this channel anymore. And it was right around Christmas, like the height of when Sister Wives, which is so dumb on TLC's part. Why at Christmas time, when people are all busy with families and parties and all these things to do, that they make it the height of the pinnacle and the culmination of Sister Wives? Why does it have to end at that time? All summer, have we not all been like, there's nothing to watch on TV? How great would it have been to be watching Sister Wives stuff all this time? And it could end right around the beginning of November, right when we're going into all the holiday season and travel and food prep and visiting and parties. And oh, they're so dumb at TLC. If I had $1 for every time I said that, honest to goodness. Okay. Back to the chat and then we'll start this again. But Robin's trying to find a job, remember? Yes. I actually found another clip of that just today. That is going to be my next video, I think, because it's concise and easy and I don't have to pull a lot of things. And I'm getting myself, I was so far behind with Welcome to Plathville, I couldn't do another Sister Wives video this week. But I'm like, this one I can get out. So that'll be my goal, to get that out before Monday night too. So I'll have one on my sub channel and one on this channel. But yeah, I saw another interview online that I had never seen before back at the beginning of the show, and it just doesn't age well at all. And so I thought it would be fun to just play it because I figured if I didn't see it, maybe a lot of you didn't see it either. And I'm going to comment on it. But one of the things on there is Robin claiming, because the question was about working, like, how do you support all these women? Like, oh, well, they all work. And then, they're like, well, and then Christine's like, well, I watch all the kids and homeschool them and feed them and do all the cooking and have dinner for everybody in the evening. But other than that, and at one point I had a part-time job. So she's like, no. And Robin's like, yeah, and I'm looking for a job. It was so great. So great. All right. 2 people working, 1 person watching all the kids, and then over there we have Robin, who's looking for a job. Still looking. How many years later has it been? How many seasons? She's still looking. Ay, ay, ay. Hi, Virgo Earth Angel. Good to see you. Black Eyes Sue. Good to see you too. All right, there. Oh, that's what I just said. How about that, Marie? We're on the same wavelength. Marie. She's looking for a job while she sits my kids. 7 years later, still no job. Who does that remind you of? Okay. Okay. Yeah. And to think that Kody had to go over there. I didn't even think about this. Kody had to go over there in the morning to help with breakfast and all that. And she had a nanny. That's... I forgot to add that in on top of it. Not only did he spend 90% of his time at her house, but they had a nanny. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, there's his job, Tracy. You're right. Working hard at gaslighting. Doing a good job at it, too. If only that paid the bills, right? Okay. Misty Brown. Kody claims to be so well read, he could at least use the Kindle app on the laptop. He probably didn't even know how to turn the thing on. Oh, that was great. I recently just collected the clips from that episode, so I'll be doing one of those soon too. All right. Robin couldn't find a job if she was in an unemployment line. Black Eyed Sue. Like I've been saying that. There's nothing I want more than okay. I don't want the series to end because it's just ridiculously golden. Almost like they're acting, but they're not. That's what makes it so amazing to talk about. Like, this is them putting their best foot forward, Robin and Kody, especially Kody. This is putting his best foot forward. Robin does a better job of it because she zips her mouth and doesn't talk a lot of the times. It comes out at times in her little snarky comments, but he can't control himself at all. So the amount that he is controlling himself is what we're seeing. Can you imagine? Just a free-flowing... I remember, who was it? There was somebody else. Oh, Gwendolyn's now wife, then girlfriend, back when she was just posting on YouTube before she had her Patreon, I was watching those. And she said, somebody asked the question to her, what do you think of Kody? Asked the girlfriend. And she started off with, well, he's a bundle of energy and he's a lot of fun and he's very lively. And then she goes, but, you know, I don't always like the words he chooses. And then Gwendolyn just looked at her and said, you don't like the way he talks to me. And she goes, yeah. She didn't want to be mean, but Gwendolyn's like, let me give you the words. She's like, I just feel like I don't like the way he talks to a lot of the family members. And because I really like one of them and I'm invested in one of them, I'm particularly upset when he's mean to her. So, like, she came out and said he's mean. I was thinking maybe he'd be homophobic or something like that. And so he was saying inappropriate comments because I could see that coming out of Kody too. But no, apparently he's just mean to her. That's great. All right. She doesn't have a resume. Yeah, that's probably why she never had a job. She couldn't put a resume together. Come on. She apparently edited the Sister Wives book, and it's a hot mess. Yes, she couldn't put that together. No way. All right, here we go. Let's continue on. My phone is going silent. Here we go. I'm gonna go back a second because, oh, there we go.
Before Thanksgiving, we had a conversation in Robin's backyard where it became apparent to me, at least, that I was going to need to do a separate holiday with my kids. Cody's been out of town for a week or so, so he's going to come over, and I just really need to make sure he understands that I'm doing something separate for Christmas. I kind of need to finalize those plans with him.
Hey, it's winter out there. Janelle and I've really been struggling. At the same time, I'm sort of being in this place where
He doesn't even look at her.
Begging for something deeper.
Puts his glasses up and walks to the kitchen. Doesn't even look at her. He's still not looking at her.
Keep my water hot these days because there's no decent way to stay warm.
No decent way to stay warm. He doesn't know what cold is.
Work. A little bit at work. A little bit.
You know, it's like, I see the writing on the wall. This whole thing happened with Christine, and I don't want to be in that place with Janelle. It feels like Janelle's been completely insensitive to that.
Oh, all right. I'm sorry. I have to stop. I have to pause. at 11:23. I can't let it go without commenting. This makes me so angry. He walks in with an attitude. He's got a pissy look on his face. He doesn't make eye contact with her. He bypasses her. He's complaining about the cold. He's complaining about winter's here already, which is not even Thanksgiving. So it couldn't have been that cold. He is knocking things around. He's complaining that he has to make hot water to drink because it's the only way that one can stay warm. It's just a complete lie. Maybe if we didn't wear just this really thin leather coat that he thinks he looks cool in, and he just bought himself a parka and a scarf, he'd be okay. Anyway, so he's got his hand on his hip and he's just looking down, like, not me. And then finally he goes, "What are you doing?" That was his greeting. That was, oh gosh. Oh my gosh. It was ridiculous. Ridiculous. And then he's like, oh, now he was like, I can see the writing on the wall. I can see how she's acting. This is the same path I went down with Christine. She's following Christine's footsteps. Christine's brainwashing her. Oh, and zero responsibility, zero accountability, and no attempt to rectify what he claims he can see coming on. He doesn't sit down. He's not gentle. He's not kind. He's not like, whoa, you look preoccupied. You look busy. You know, can I do something to help around your place here? Do you need help with anything? Can you share what's on your mind? No, he is putting up his guard right now because he sees that she's not in the greatest of moods. And so this is how he addresses it. And this is what the wives had to deal with for all these years until they finally left. And now he can't understand. Partly their fault because they completely enabled him for all these years, letting him get away with this kind of behavior. He's such a child. Okay, I'm sorry. All right, I'm back. I'm not going to stop it to get to the next commercial. I promise. I promise. All right. All right. I saw this little pink hand and I looked up. I love the name. Okay. Oh, you just found my channel. Where have you been? But I love your name. No, not my cookies. So funny. All right. All right. All right. Yeah, right, Black-Eyed Sue? Right in his face. 18 seasons. He's been watching it back. He's been hearing what the wives have been saying and still claims he has no idea what's going on. Pulling a Robin is what he's doing. That's what he's doing. Okay, I'm sorry. Here we go. Here we go.
You guys have a very tiny Christmas tree.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually take it with me to the B&B. So,
I'm treading really lightly here because I can't get a read on Kody. We've never had a discussion about the separate holiday. The last discussion we really had about it was on Robin's porch.
What are you doing for Christmas?
I'm here.
Are ya?
Yeah.
What about your kids? Who of your kids are coming?
Where are you going for Christmas?
Here, I'm here. But
Okay.
my kids, they're renting an Airbnb. I don't think they're welcome.
I never said my kids weren't welcome.
If they apologize and they're kind of
No. I completely reversed that. I said, all we've got to do is be able to have a conversation so we're not sitting here in our house like a bunch of alcoholics that had a fight last night and forgot it happened.
So they're getting kind of a rental home here in Flagstaff.
yeah, because everybody's coming this year.
Everybody is?
Yeah, not Maddie and Kayla, but everybody else is.
Everybody is coming.
Yep. So
I'm just finding this out.
Kody, you're the one who said they can't come until they
I didn't.
apologize. You said last time we talked, you said they can't come till they apologize.
And I need to communicate some more because
That's what you said. You've said that to me multiple times. They need to apologize. But there's been no movement on either side. Kody hasn't called them. They haven't called him. So I can see that this is not going to resolve itself.
So you're taking that to the B&B?
Yeah, I bought a small one for the apartment.
How big's the B&B?
It's like just a house. So Hunter gets here Monday, and then he's just gonna stay at the apartment.
Here? He's going to stay
Sleep
here.
under a mattress or something.
This whole house thing that they're doing, I don't know, as much as it's probably my fault, it's like a knife right through my heart. This Christmas tree, it's like the complete degradation of our family unit. I'm trying to hide this. I'm just overwhelmed by it. And I feel the adrenaline rushing into me. It's just absolutely heartbreaking to me. Hunter's coming Monday, and he's just staying here. When are you getting the
Starts on the
are
20th.
you getting the B&B? The short-term rental?
Yeah, Christine and I sharing it. Because Christine's coming after Christmas. Because she said Isabel and truly want to see you.
Yeah.
And the boys were asking if you thought you would come over, and I said I wasn't optimistic.
No, I'm not coming over. I have a house. I have a place where we would have Christmas.
I
But
have
you
a
put
house.
stipulations on
No,
it.
Janelle,
You put stipulations on it,
all I
Cody.
want to do is talk to them.
You told me.
No. You can ride that all you want.
Okay, you know what? You
but
keep flipping it on me.
I corrected that completely.
No, you did. Well, too late. I'd already
How
told
was that
them.
too late?
I already told them that unless they apologized, that they weren't going to be able to come
You
to
didn't
Christmas.
correct it?
So what kind of conversation could happen without my boys issuing an apology to make
Exactly.
it safe for them to get together to have a conversation? The mechanics are the same. See, you always,
Not
you always
representing
know.
very well for
You
me.
put
Not
this back,
representing
you
for me.
put it, well then you call him, Cody. Because
Pick
you
up the
always put it
phone.
back on me.
That phone goes
You-
both ways,
you
and
put
I've
it
been
back
available.
on me.
They're your
You know what
children.
most surprises me that Cody feels like it's my responsibility to facilitate this relationship between he and my children. He's a parent as much as I am. You are always, all this stuff, you're always flipping it back on me.
It's because it belongs on you,
No,
Janelle.
it does not. Why does it belong on me? Why does it belong on me?
Good question.
Because you didn't support my stand when it came to actually doing the COVID stuff.
Cody, I
Oh,
was protecting
God.
my children, and you have said, choose your loyalties or you're not going to have a husband. So I'm supposed to choose between you and our children? That's what you basically said.
All you have to do is support what I'm doing.
He's
You
not
understand
denying
the
that.
Parents are supposed to make a united front.
I'm now being accused of everything he just accused Christine of and a lot of what he accused Mary of.
Janelle,
You keep acting like this is my
the
fault.
Rules.
You did not
And
give
you
us any
undermined them.
rules.
Every day we talked about what they were.
No, you didn't give us the list until November.
The list was nothing. We were already talking about it. Everybody was denying it anyway.
It's like 30 things.
I'm tired
So
of being
interesting to me.
gaslit by you.
You are gaslighting me. This like all this, I feel so pressured. Bull. This is you saying, I don't want to do it, but I'm going to make it your fault.
So listen, you really need to stop throwing me under the bus, okay?
Okay, you know what? You stop
can't
throwing
take
me. You
any
act like this is my
accountability.
fault. You have somehow set me up as like the Teflon queen. Isn't that what you said?
Yes, because you won't take responsibility
Wait,
for
I
your
did
own
nothing.
actions.
I sat at home. I did what I was supposed to do, but it
Janelle,
wasn't ever good enough
this
for
is
you.
all I need.
You wanted me to kick the boys out.
This is all I need. It's to not sit here
Not
and
denying
pretend
it.
that at Christmas time nothing's wrong.
You act like this is
Do you
not
want
your
this
fault.
relationship
I
between you
don't
and I
know.
to
Do
work?
you? Because when you say choose your loyalties, choose between me and your children.
Now you are literally gaslighting.
I
I
am
was
not.
only asking everybody
I-
to obey the rules of our home.
To the CDC rules. You had more. And it was never good enough, Cody. I wasn't going to turn my boys out in the middle of a pandemic.
They chose to have their social lives. You
know
keep
what?
circumventing the culpability here, and you keep wanting to put it on me, and you are wrong.
No, listen.
Dead wrong.
This goes
What does it
beyond
go
you
to?
saying, well, we're an alcoholic family and we're shoving everything. Cody, it goes beyond that. COVID, you got COVID, and now all of a sudden there's this new rule that the family can't get together.
What new rule?
That the boys have to mea culpa and say they're sorry.
Janelle,
Sorry
I
for
corrected
what?
that and you know it. So stop using that
No,
one.
because
you're
you-
hanging your hat on that one.
Because
and
you
you're wrong.
yelled at me for many, many times. You yelled at me. 2 times we had a conversation.
I'm not allowed to be angry over this entire experience.
And I'm not allowed
The
to.
lack of loyalty, the lack of trust, the lies, the gaslighting.
You're gaslighting me, Cody.
I am not.
Yes, you
You
are.
are doing. I'm trying to make you actually be responsible in a
why?
relationship.
What have I done?
So much worse than I
What have I
remember.
done?
I'm trying to make you be
I'm not talking
responsible.
about the rules that I made for Christmas time because that was necessary because nobody was really being honest about what they were doing anyway.
But you
Okay.
and Robin are the paragons of honesty and perfection.
You know what? I just thought it was hypocritical to make one family do everything that I wanted and not have everybody else do it.
I asked for the rules clear back in March.
Janelle,
asked
listen.
for them, and you're like, everybody do what they want.
I've said, here's the rules all the time. Gabriel knew the rules all the time. That's why I'm saying he's gaslighting, because we talked about it every single day we were having a conversation.
Kody, I think this is deeper than that. This is way deeper than that. The kids are very frustrated for a lot of reasons. You're acting like it's just that they disrespected you for COVID. But this whole you need to apologize.
They were lying.
You need to apologize.
I corrected that pretty strongly.
You need to apologize to
We're gonna have a talk.
Robin for what was going on. They literally blamed Robin. They sit there and admitted they blamed her.
Well, and when you were gone for 4 or 5 months,
Cares?
Janelle, I wasn't gone for 4 or 5 months, and you know that as well, and that's an exaggeration and a lie.
At Spectrum, we know that internet is
Unbelievable. All right, let me let this run. Oh, so many thoughts, people. This is worse watching it through again. I have forgotten. I am more angry at Kody than I've ever been. Unbelievable. All right. The line rolled off his tongue when she said, the boys want to know if you will come over to the Airbnb. They invited him. Before she finished the line, he comes back with, no, I'm not coming over because I have a house. It says so much. I mean, it's not a literal thing. Obviously, we go places even though we have houses. At Christmas time, we visit relatives, we visit friends, we go to Christmas parties, we do things, we leave the house. He's saying, I will not pretend that that's my family. My family is here. In this house. I have a house. I have a home. They're welcome to come home to my home. But I'm not going to go. Not going to go to them. Gosh, I can't believe how that rolled off his tongue before she even finished saying it. No, I am not coming over. I have a house. Okay. Choose your loyalties. Oh, Lord. We have to say loyalties one more time. Absolutely. Beverly Minor. We all feel the same way. It's ridiculous, this man. So she specifically comes out and says, he said, choose your loyalties or you will not have a husband. What kind of threatening thing is that? And then to interpret it, what he really means, I mean, to even say that in general, to just say to your wife or to your husband, do this or you're not, I'm gone. Like, is it an idle threat that he gives? Does he play games? Or did he really mean, no, he couldn't have meant because he keeps claiming he can't go. And didn't seem like he wanted Janelle to go either, quite frankly. I mean, he wanted her to stay. I don't know if it was because it was that much more egg on his face because he didn't have a relationship with Mary and Christine's now gone. So that really was kind of like everybody leaving at that point because he got rid of Mary over a decade ago. So I'm not sure if it was just the egg on the face or if it was she brings in still more money. Although I don't know how much money she put in the pot because I think she used to, definitely, put it all in there and she was fine with everybody taking whatever. But then my understanding is once TLC money really started rolling in, TLC money all went in the pot. And then people took from it when they needed it. When they needed a new pair of Tory Burch sandals that we see Robin wearing in the knife and the kidney scene. Or she needs more Tiffany jewelry to wear. Or more ugly trinkets to go on her shelves, which I'm sure are very expensive. Just like the expensive ugly art on their walls. Like they have a knack for finding really expensive, ugly stuff and wearing ugly stuff. Although the Tory Burch sandals were kind of cute. Not that I would ever have any because I don't have hundreds of dollars, up to $1,000 to pay for a pair of sandals. Oy, oy, oy. I don't even know if Tory Burch sandals are even in style anymore. This is why I just go to Goodwill. That's too much money to try to keep up on the trends. Eventually, everything is full circle. All my stuff from the 80s is coming back. All right, what else? Oh, responsibility. You can't take accountability. You can't take responsibility. Those boys, they chose their loyalties. Oh, and I love the line, I am trying to make you more responsible. His patronizing and demeaning of her in this. And we haven't even gotten to the finger wagging and the shaming and the mocking at his voice. Like, that's still to come. He is already putting her down like, and again, he knows the cameras are, they're in that place. The producers are there. These aren't cell phones or things propped up on stands. The producers were there. We saw when she said, shut it down, that the cameras went down. Like, they're there. He has people standing in his living room, and this is him controlling himself, apparently. Oh my goodness. It's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. But here's another line that I find amazing. When you listen to what he says, he'll like say something, and then I think he realizes what he said is a complete lie, which is ironic because he's always telling her that she lies, i.e. the gaslighting she's referring to, and he doesn't understand, but he keeps telling her she's gaslighting, and I don't understand how she's gaslighting, but he doesn't explain. But he said, I talk to Gabriel every single day that we were having a conversation. Did you catch that? Because he started saying, I talk to Gabriel every single day. And I'm thinking, he talked to her he talked to Gabe I don't think so. He didn't talk to his wives every single day. Didn't talk to any one of his children every single day. So he ended that sentence with, I talked to Gabe every single day that we were having a conversation about the rules. Happened once, maybe twice in the course of 6 months. Oh, he's such a putz. Honest to goodness. This is it's going to get worse. It's getting worse. Oh, let me look at the chat really quick. And then we'll go back and hit the next segment. Ah, this is a really good point. Rosalind. Rosalind. Is that your real name? That's a cute name. Rosalind. Is that like a family name? Or is that just a name for YouTube? Every time I hear a really cool, unique name, that I think is neat, I always text it to my daughters. Add this to your baby name list. I need to know the story behind it now, Rosie Lynch. You're going to have to write it down below. Yeah, good point, Kathy. I have a house that you paid for. And my wife didn't really pay for it. I'm not really paying for it because I say I work 60 hours a week, but I'm not. Janelle was the only educated one in the bunch. Really, she had it together. She did, but she also was just, well, they were all blinded. Honest to goodness. All right. He acts like he doesn't know what's going on. But what he does is he gets to watch the confessionals, and then he gets mad at them for what they say instead of acting like an adult. Yeah. Yep. Responds to those confessionals and then gets all worked up. This is the first time I've ever seen him actually try to communicate feelings to a wife. He's not doing a great job at it. But usually we just pretend like nothing's happened and we try to brush it under the rug and let time go by. He even said that at one of the campfire things. I saw that recently on one of the episodes. I'm like, oh, that's really telling. I never really realized he said that. It was when he was talking, it was in the outside of Mary's house, I think, or his house. I can't remember. Probably Mary's house. And Mary and he were sitting there and they were trying to decide what to do about Christmas because this was right after this fight happened. So maybe it's in this episode. If not, it's in the next one. And she's like, well, what about Janelle? Are things really not that good with Janelle? Are you sure that Janelle's going to? He's like, no, I haven't talked to her since the last time. I don't think, we just need a cooling off period. Like, this is his MO. He thinks he can ignore his wives for an X period of time. And this probably worked in the past. I'll ignore him for a certain period of time. Then they're going to be itching to have me come back because they're going to see me with the other wives and they're going to miss me. And so they'll be more reasonable and rational when I come back to them and I explain to them what they did wrong. And then they'll be like, okay. And they're done with that now because they don't care about him anymore, especially Christine. She's like, none of those games are working on me anymore because I don't like you. I'm ready to go. Play all you want. And it's funny that he would say, oh, I thought she was playing a game. That's why I wasn't taking it seriously at the beginning. Like, well, you know what? Anybody who would think you're playing a game is somebody who would play a game. Like, if my husband said something, I would never think it was a game, because I don't play games like that. That comes from the mind of somebody who would play games with other people. We know he's played games. What was the other thing he said the other day that I just saw in one of the past videos? It was the same thing. It was playing games. I say this. What I really mean is this, but I'll say it this way to get my way. Oh, I can't remember what it was. But he came right out and admitted that, like game playing. Ridiculous. And they don't play games. They have been trained to keep their thoughts and their opinions to themselves and not speak out. So when she's not sharing everything with you, she can't because she doesn't want that little bit of time that you're over there to be all fighting. So she just tries to push it all down and make it as happy as possible when he's there because he's not there at our house that much. Okay, I'm sorry. I was looking at the chat. Oh, that's right, Betty B. They could have all gone to their house for Christmas, sit around the fire pit in their parkas singing Christmas carols while Kody keeps feeding the fire with the plethora of trees we've seen him cut down over the years. Boy, it must have really bugged him to live in Vegas and not have trees to cut down, honestly. Yeah, he marches around thinking he's right. That is. Absolutely. Yeah. Robin needs more QVC or Amazon, so he's taking care of the kids. Which is why he's not excited about the idea that she wanted to have another kid. You know what? Never heard of Tory Burch. Because you, like me, probably can't afford them. Really expensive. The only reason I even know about them is because my daughter went to college in California. So she was referencing, saying like something about getting a new pair of sandals or whatever and that. And I'm like, well, what's everyone wearing? She's like, we're not getting what everyone's wearing, Mom. I'm like, what's everyone wearing? And I'm like, well, maybe we'll splurge. What else would you like? So like ridiculous $800 sandals. They have a very distinctive T on them. That's the other thing. Like to make it clear, it's very much branding too. They have these big circle on the front of them that's like this big and it's like gold or silver and it has a big T for Tory Burch. She has purses too. And like the outside of them, like screen has that big medallion. So it's very clear that this is a Tory Burch purse. Anyway, let me go on. Robin was wearing them. Just saying. And not really even for people my age. They're, like that was what the college kids were wearing. She thinks she's being trendy. It's not going to make up for that ugly choice of flowered print blouse. It's just not. All right. Goodness. Kody not feeling control over his family is crushing him. It is. To not understand people, and people are not meant to be controlled. Yeah, he doesn't get it. He's beyond immature. Yes. He's doing all the things he accuses Janelle of. Yes. He's just projecting. He's completely projecting. Everything that he does, he's saying somebody else is doing. the playing games, the gaslighting. It's all things he does. But basically, because if he says it first, then when they say it, they look silly. Like, you're just saying what I say. All right, the kids choose each other. That's their loyalty. That's right, Brittany, not Brittany. Absolutely. They made their choice. They made their choice. They chose their loyalty. They absolutely did. All right. The kids are going to back their mothers. Yeah. And he's so dumb to think that they wouldn't. It makes me realize he does not understand relationships. Doesn't. All right. You love that FaceTime my girls for 2 hours. I only talk to them once a week. That's me being good. They're married now, so down to just once a week, just for 2 hours. We have fun. Sometimes we're not even talking during the time. Sometimes we'll be like, did you see? Or they're like, I need to book a ticket to something. And I'm like, we'll both be on our, because I FaceTime on my laptop. So we'll be on the side, but I'm like, oh, I found a ticket here at this, almost like you're in person and talking, like we'll just do that kind of stuff. Or I saw this thing the other day on the Cleveland Browns and here, let me send you the link. And so we'll be like sending pictures back and forth to each other and links to look at things. And so it's not always just like full on conversation, but if one of my kids mentions somebody who I don't know, I'm like, do you have a photo of them anywhere that you can send to me? I'm a visual person. All right. Started a little folder on my desktop of like pictures of like people that my kids work with or they're friends with and that, so I can go back to it and reference it when they talk about people. All right. Robin has the worst taste in clothes. She really does. So frumpy. I don't know. Every now and then, well, once I saw her wear something okay. What she was wearing was okay in the very final episode of season 18, when she inserted herself into the conversation with Mary and Kody at Coyote Pass, which she didn't have to be there for because Mary had that conversation with Kody the night before, and she's like, we will do this again on camera tomorrow. It needs to be on camera. And then I'm ready to move on. So, like, they rehearsed it already. There is no reason that Robin had to be there. Robin wasn't there because pretty sure she said that Kody came to her house to have that conversation. Wouldn't that be funny if they all just showed up and knocked on the door? If the kids were like, we're ready to have a conversation, especially after the whole discussion on how, I want to do another video on that, watch that one again just recently, how Mary at that same campfire was saying, well, what should I do? I always have Christmas Eve at my house, so should I invite everybody? And Robin's like, do you think that's a good idea? Mary's like, no. The Robin trance. Let me tell you what you should do and think. Oh, okay. Robin dresses much younger when she first came into the family. She really did. But after a few years, she started dressing like an 8-year-old. Yeah, she jumped. She jumped ship completely. She was dressing much younger, almost too young. She was dressing like all the teenagers were at that time, which I don't think was very... I mean, it didn't show her cleavage, but she didn't really have cleavage. But her shirts were so tight. Remember, they were like painted on. They were just like glued to her body. I don't even like it. This is as tight a shirt as you will ever see me in. And look how loose it is. I even put this on. I'm like, oh, it's kind of snug. Right. Actually, this shirt says, anybody who can, I should take off let me see here. Hi, Black Swan Gothica. Good to see you again. Anyone who knows this reference, kudos to you, because I don't think anyone is going to get it. But it says, my other cat is a flirkin. If you know, write it in the chat. Obscure reference. All right, we're going to continue on. Please like and subscribe. There are 258 people in this live. That's more than we get on a Thursday night. High five, all of you Saturday people. Guess what? I'm going to do it next Saturday, too. I didn't realize that it would be a good day. I was hoping there'd be more than 2 or 3 people here. Okay. I have to go back. This is also the time where he doesn't know what to do with his hair. And so he wears sunglasses all the time so that it's his headband. And as he's getting all worked up, they kept sliding down the back of his head twice. You know, like take them and put them back up on the top to hold his hair. You couldn't just take them off. No, he had to put them back up, hold his hair up there, and then they kept sliding back because he's getting all worked up. They're not good for arguments, Kody. They're not good when you're fighting. All right, this went a lot further than I thought it would. Wait a minute. Let me see if we've... Oh, no. Okay, so somewhere there was a commercial in here. You knew the rules. When he gets upset, he talks in punctuated words. Each word is capitalized and has a period after it. I can't even do it after it. I can't even do one word at a time. I'm trying to get you to be responsible. All right, this is where I think the commercial is. Here we are. Okay, I'll turn it up here. Okay. We're at 1913, if anyone is following along.
You lie. That's the reason I call you the Teflon Queen. Because you're lying about what has happened and what's been going on.
It's wild to me that you think I lie because I think you're manipulating.
Well, tell me how I'm manipulating. Oh, no. Tell the whole world. Tell the world. And then go hang out with your buddy, Christine.
Oh, he's so bitter about Christine.
How I've lied. How I've manipulated.
Glasses falling
how
down.
I've done you wrong. Oh, and she loves to sit right here, talk me without ever having that conversation with me to my face.
She's doing it right
I
now.
mean, this is one thing
What are you talking about?
being public and our lives being recorded is we hear things that we don't say to each other's faces.
I made all the efforts to love them. I made the efforts to join them together. I made the efforts to make everything work. I made the effort. I was Atlas carrying this family on my shoulders. And the minute that I shrugged it off,
I think you decided you didn't want to be a plural husband anymore. But I think you're trying to do this all to justify. Christine is fine.
What am I justifying?
You're pushing me out the door.
justifying?
You are now pushing me out the door.
No, I'm not.
No, I'm
Can I
not.
show up here?
Choose between my children and me. But it's been a week. You've gone a week and you don't call, you don't come. I don't ever know when you're going to come. It's like you're just doing this really weird.
Are you really doing a relationship with me? I need you to stop blaming me for everything and start being culpable for what you have done.
Culpable, there it is
Boys
again.
lied, and I couldn't get them to obey the rules. The boys didn't like the COVID protocols. They're young. They didn't think they were going to be affected by it. Sure, Dad, whatever. And they continued to socialize and continued to be around their friends. They continued to date. They brought COVID home from that. The whole time saying, Dad, we're being careful. We're doing everything you're telling us to. But they weren't. And they're blaming me for the choices that
They didn't
had.
give you COVID.
They were not culpable. That is not gaslighting. That is accountability.
This about all these other problems that we have that we can't sleep under.
I did not.
Yes, you did.
I did not. I did not. Wow. Stop talking like I'm just an idiot here.
Well, then stop talking to me like I am.
Janelle, I've seen what you've done this entire time. Number one, you undermined the basic rules I had. You made fun of me to the boys. See, if you ever had my back, have you ever been a team with me? Have we ever co-parented? Your co-parent was Christine. Why?
Christine again.
Never been.
That is such a lie.
Third time he's mentioned Christine.
Every excuse every polygamous woman that finds a problem with it makes. And it's bull.
Wild to me because Robin's so perfect.
Mm-hmm.
When did I say that she was perfect? You're jealous. You're bringing her into something that isn't hers to be owned.
You made this about way bigger than COVID. You
No,
made
the
this
boys
about,
made this about Robin. That's the only reason she got brought in. I don't think you've ever admitted your culpability in the problems in this family.
Culpability again.
You're
We should have a
blaming me for
drinking
this.
game.
You are
I'm
the
not blaming you for everything.
You are the one.
All I needed was your
You
back.
are the one who
backing
said
me
the
up.
boys cannot come until they apologize.
And I corrected that. And
And you said to me,
stop
no,
that.
you listened to me.
corrected that.
Glasses off again.
I apologized for that.
No, you did not.
Yes, I did.
No, you did not.
You did not. You did
4
not.
weeks ago,
She should have done
I
that.
apologized for that.
That would have been so
No,
good.
I said-
We need to get together, and all it is about talking with them.
No.
It's not about them apologizing.
No, you said, oh, well, that's after I'd already made my plans. And you're like, oh, well, I guess that was a conversation I had with you a couple times. So I can see where you thought that. I feel like I'm
He has
being
nothing to
gaslit.
say.
I'm being told that you say something.
You're using that because I used the term.
Yeah.
I came into this conversation
See, I
expecting
told
to
you
use
to say
term.
that.
Because
Forgot
I
about
feel
that.
like you are constantly gaslighting me.
Janelle, okay, there's a problem in the family, a problem that needs to be solved, and everything's too hot now, and everybody thinks that I'm the bad guy. And so,
Stop
I don't
being the bad
expect to see
guy.
anybody at Christmas time. I don't expect to see you. You have cheated me out of my contact with my family.
It is not
cheated.
my fault. You asked them. You asked them, Kody.
Victimhood.
I have not done anything. You asked them who they blame.
Well, they blame me because you do.
I do not. I
Janelle, I
Smug
saw
look.
you right there. Mock my rules.
well, and I've seen you call me all kinds of names.
What? That you're lazy about the rules? That you won't accept accountability?
Cody, in the very beginning,
Accountability.
I kept-
That's
make
another
this
drinking
sense to me.
game.
It's forever. But
We'd be on the floor.
shut your mouth and let me talk to you for a minute.
No.
You won't. You keep
No.
cutting me off.
No.
You keep
No.
cutting me off.
There is no interest in understanding each other here. There is no interest in understanding.
Get that
There is only
flimsy
a
leather
bitterness
jacket on.
That has
And
no
complain some more
place.
about how cold it is outside. But I need some more
don't
hot water
expect
before I
you to
go.
back me up anymore. I'm not going to look for it. I'm not going to ask for it. I don't expect you to try and help us co-parent the kids. That's too late. We're never going to do
This
that.
is not-
So what partnership do we have?
This is not only me,
Believe how
Cody.
animated
Don't
he
you dare
is.
point your finger at me.
I've been here day long, in and out, for all these years without your support while you were deciding what you were
two
doing
fingers.
without consulting me.
Do you know what? Let me tell you what. No, you stay
I'm
and
done
talk.
listening to you.
You stay and talk.
No, I'm not going to because you're not listening
You're not listening to me.
and I'm not going to.
Okay, so we're done.
Goodbye.
You. Shut it off.
I'm cutting cameras.
Yeah, I thought they just put the camera down. You can see it move to the side. You can see the other cameraman. You can see the equipment, everything. They started actually talking to each other too. I didn't even catch any of that. All right. I will try not to break quite as long this time. I apologize. They just get me riled up. Riled up. Oh my goodness. It's almost like I don't even have words. How he can say everything to her that he's doing. It's just, and for him to get so upset about it. This is the third time he's mentioned Christine. None of this has to do with Christine. None of it. None of it. Christine left. She's gone. She's moved away. How many months has it been since she's gone? It's the third time he mentions Christine. I mean, we should have a drinking game when we go to Salsa Brava after, oh wait, when was this? After Christmas. After Christmas, when he forgets his daughter and he goes 6 weeks without any contact. And yet, I'm sorry, I'm going on tangents here. 6 weeks after not seeing anybody, and then he gets there, and I don't even know. At least 3 times he mentions Christine in that conversation, too. Had nothing to do with what they were talking about, but Christine. He is like, that was the first time he was ever put in his place and told, no, not gonna do it. I'm living my life, enjoy yours. And he still is not able to handle it or deal with it. Okay. Meatball. Oh, that's what you're referring to. That is so true. The college students they probably all had the glass on the wall. I mean, you probably didn't need to. If it's a college apartment, you could hear everything next door anyway. Oh, yes, Julianne, no one deserves to be yelled at like that. Yes, and I am too. I am glad that Janelle spoke up and said, I'm not dealing with this. Poor Savannah. Her dad ignores her. Thanks, Scarlett. Hi, Scarlett. I didn't say hello. I didn't see you in here. Oh, poor Janelle. That's great. Wait. I'm trying to click on this. The chat keeps moving. Poor Janelle. The celery in the fridge is wasted. I hope she found a good casserole recipe for all that celery that she has to keep in there for whenever Kody comes over. That's great. Could be a whole little skit we could create. The celery in the fridge is not wasted. I'd have a party over that. I'd let it get all brown and mushy and soft and just laugh. It's the last time I have to buy celery. All right. Yeah, the college students were probably like, oh, an adult's next door. And then now they're like, ah! They're worse than us. It's fine. We're good. Oh, goodness. Or being ignored like that. Yeah. Can you imagine? Can you imagine going that long? 6 weeks? 0 contact. 0. And that's what I was going to say before. He was so upset that the boys are not contacting him. Meanwhile, Janelle, I got to hit pause. I went too far again. Janelle is doing her best to be the mediator and share with what the boys are saying to Kody. And then Kody wants to say the boys, so she tells the boys, and she's going back and forth because they're not talking to each other. Again, they're the children. He's the parent. He's the adult in the room, not acting like one. Yeah. I think I went too far. So he gets all upset that the phone works both ways. They're not calling him, even though it's pointed out. See, this is again, when you point out and you have facts and proof that he's done something wrong, he gets extra defensive. Thus, this reaction, because she's spewing out lines that he said off camera to her, and he's not liking it because he can't come back and say, I never said that. So he just gets quiet every time one of these situations comes up. Crazy. So he gets all upset they're not contacting him. And then for 6 weeks over Christmas, he doesn't contact any of Janelle's kids, I would imagine, because if he was going to contact even one of them, you'd think it'd be Savannah, his youngest. And he doesn't contact her. Lets Christmas go by. I thought the phone worked both ways, Kody. Apparently not. Okay. Where are we? Yeah, that's right, Betty. Yeah. He can't believe that anybody actually took up and left him. And he's just reeling over it. Absolutely reeling. Especially since she was royalty in the church. That's my shoe said. Violence is never the solution. However, if a finger got waved in my face like that, somebody would leave without a finger. Oh, goodness. All right. Oh, yeah, Kathy. He did say, well, I'm gonna get her gift eventually. He probably didn't even have a gift. Yeah. Yeah, he ignores them for a year, and he wants them to take the first step. You can't, it's just unbelievable. It's like, you can't even put words to it. If this wasn't recorded on video, if somebody told you, like, well, I'm sure it wasn't that bad. Oh, it's worse. It's worse when you look at it because of his expression and all that too. And his like, oh, he is so angry. Okay, let's go on. We are at 24:49. Hang on. Shut it down.
So Kody just left.
She's crying.
I had gone into this conversation wanting to keep it logical, and I figured we would take this step by step.
There's your mistake right there.
Really, truly, I don't think he's looking for an excuse.
Yeah.
We were throwing accusations at each other about what's going on, and it was shocking. Like, it was shocking. I was really upset when he left because it feels like there's a finality to it, and now I'm worried about what happens to me.
Mm-hmm.
Moving forward, do I live here? Do I build? It feels like Kody and I are no longer going to be a couple. It really does. It was that dramatic. There had been so much buildup, and then not so much the words. Yes, the words were very harsh,
Yeah.
but just the feeling was
Yeah.
like, we're done.
It was
You
intense.
kept cutting me off.
There's no interest in understanding each other here. There is only bitterness that has no place.
It took me about a half hour to kind of overcome the shock of the conversation. And I called him and I said, come get your stuff. So in my mind, he is out of the house. My faith, my religious belief, my spiritual beliefs don't really allow for you to just walk away because things are hard. I don't really want to see him. I know that he does feel the responsibility. He feels like he can't leave a wife because it's bad on him if he leaves a wife high and dry. Like says, I'm no longer married to you. And so his pattern seems to be that he just sort of ignores that person. Mm-hmm. It feels like he wants you to say it's over because he doesn't want the responsibility of being the husband who says, I don't want to be married to you anymore.
Mm-hmm.
No, you stay.
I'm done listening to you.
You stay and talk.
No, I'm not going to because you're not listening.
You're not listening to me.
And I'm not going to.
Okay, so we're done.
Goodbye.
You. So after I kind of got over the shock after Kody left, I thought, oh my heck, like I have nothing financially. I am tied up in this property. Everything as far as my estate goes. Any kind of savings, money, anything is tied up in this property. I am a smart woman and I have done this very dumb thing. I trusted in this family structure, but now I'm really stuck. Oh my hell. I'm 50 and I have nothing.
And Robin has it
We
all.
moved to Flagstaff and we bought this property. We had a vision, we would all build on it. And the way that we were able to buy it is we paid mostly cash for it, but then we had to take a private mortgage on a portion of it that we just didn't have the cash for. If we do not pay it off, we're in jeopardy of losing the land, just like any other mortgage. And Kody just sticks his head in the sand. Well, look, he's sitting on property with Robin. It's 4 acres and a house. Like, no, he doesn't care.
So sure, Robin and I have a home. We have to house our children.
Oh.
I tried to help Janelle buy a house. I tried to talk her into buying a house, and we had the means to do that. She has ownership in Coyote Pass, and she had the same opportunities everybody else did. But she's got just as many assets as the rest of us.
I don't know what's next.
What do you-
and now
that
I'm
makes
sort
no
of in
sense.
shock, and I'm trying to figure out what the heck I'm going to do. I mean, there's a few people I could talk to about this, like Maddie and Christine. I don't even know what I think yet.
This Christmas is just a big indication of how split up our family really is. This is the first Christmas in, gosh, 27 years that we're going to be separated. Janelle is not doing Christmas with everybody. She's going to be doing Christmas with her kids in Flagstaff still, but in a rental house. I'm super grateful. A couple days after Christmas, we're going to go to Flagstaff. I need to be around them so badly. I miss them like crazy. Yeah. Garrison, hi, love.
I'm going to try this.
Garrison, Janelle's biological son, but really my son, he told me that he's going to have dinner at his girlfriend's house. So he's like, can you please help me make rolls?
Do you want to follow the instructions and then just ask me questions, or do you want to have me tell you what to do?
It's better if you tell me what to do.
I've been making these rolls forever. It's a crazy honor. I'm so excited.
Again,
But I
the
used to
rolls,
do
they
them by
must be
hand, and Grandma
amazing.
Janelle still does them by hand. It's Grandma Janelle's recipes. You're just going to do it like Grandma Janelle.
My mom's and Christine's kids have always been very, very close. Christine would stay at home and kind of do all the cooking and stuff, and then my mom was almost always working. Christine and my mom's kids have all kind of still had a bond, and despite everything that's going on, we all still cherish that relationship that we have. So.
Okay, so put 1 cup of butter, then 2 cups of milk. So 1 cup of butter into that pot, and start melting the butter.
Janelle has always been super, super generous with her kids. I've been involved in all of the big things in Janelle's kids' life. And so when I left Flagstaff, I was leaving them all behind.
Okay, Garrison, that's plenty. Stop.
It's not a circle yet, so it's not a circle.
No, you don't need it anymore. Stop. You're
Okay.
all over the dough.
Yeah, Garrison calling, needing my help, was just confirmation. Even though I've left their dad, I'm still going to be in their lives. And that's what I was hoping for.
How's that?
There you go, Garrison. You're set.
Does not look as good as yours, but
They look wonderful.
Janelle and I are getting together for a couple of days after Christmas. So all of the traditions that we would usually do for those couple of days around Christmas, we're going to do them. We're going to do them all in those couple of days. Just so excited. We're just going to hang on to that tradition. It's super important to have those couple of days together.
we yelled at each other.
Oh, it's hard to see Garrison. It's just kind of an instant downer. Let me look at chat. Let's talk about Kody. It's really hard. God bless you, Garrison. All right. Ah. Right. That's the one line I wrote down from this thing. She has just as many assets as the rest of us. Could there be a bigger lie? He's sitting in McMansion over there, which is now valued over $1 million, on 4 acres of land. She owns 5 acres of land with no plumbing, no electricity, no house, no nothing that goes to it. Robin also owns 5 acres of land there. Robin's married to Kody. Kody has 5 acres of land there. Or maybe his is a little bit smaller, his portion. But then they were going to have a family part too. Cody's name is on every parcel of land in Coyote Pass. So by default, with Robin being married to him, Robin owns. Something happens to Kody, who's it go to? His only wife. Robin. She gets all of Coyote Pass. Plus the 4 acres with running water and electricity and all that in a development with $1 million house on it. And Kody has the nerve to say that Janelle has just as many assets as the rest of us. Janelle has nothing else but that undeveloped piece of land. That's it. No house. It's like, well, she could have had one because he's trying to get her to buy Christine's house because he always liked Christine's house for some reason. And it bothered him that Christine was selling it. I don't know why he liked the house, because you'd think he wouldn't like the house because he didn't enjoy going over there to visit Christine, but I don't know. He liked the house. He wanted Janelle to buy the house. And Janelle's like, that doesn't make any sense. Why would I buy the house when we're trying to pay off the land? That's why Janelle never had a house, because she was fiscally responsible, because the family plan was pay off the property, build on the property. We're wasting money with all these rentals. Except for Robin's house, which they bought. Oh my goodness. It is such a cluster F. What an utter mess. Aren't you curious where Janelle got the money to buy that, what was it, 150 acres or something like that of land in North Carolina? I know she bought it with her daughter and Caleb. So like, I think all three of them might be on the deed to the land. But like, where did that money come from? Because Coyote Pass hasn't been sold yet. Did she sit down and have a heart-to-heart with Kody and say, I will come out because I know the financials of this family. I will come out and spill all the beans and say where all the money went, which is 90% into Robin and Cody's pockets. Unless you give me the money back that I put into your house. I wonder if somehow he had to cough up money from somewhere. Maybe all the money that was left in the pot from TLC or something, and just give it all to her, or something to make up for all the things she paid for. I wonder. But I'm glad Janelle had that money, and she still has that parcel of land at Coyote Pass. Okay. It's true, Cindy from Oz. She wouldn't know how to. She would find a husband within 30 days. She would find some man to take care of her. She could not function and deal with contracts and selling of property. She'd have no idea what to do. No idea. Yeah, and then all that stuff that's in the house. Some people just believe it's just really, really bad taste, and they're collectors. So then so it's all junky and all that. And Robin is I keep forgetting to pause it. Robin is a pack rat. And so because of that, here we are. Okay. She can't get rid of anything, so everything's a mess. Plus there's things everywhere all around the house, and it's just that clutter. There's some people that just like, I don't want to say they thrive in it, because they're not thriving, but when their mind and everything is just sort of a mess and not organized and just kind of willy-nilly and don't know what's going on, that their environment mimics that, and it just becomes a hot mess because her environment's a hot mess. I think that's why cameras were never in her house. I mean, so rarely. When Christine gave birth to Truly, we were in her rental then. We were in the rental, which was a real mess when they were packing up to leave. But, you know, she gets grace. Everyone, if you ever moved, you know, it looks like a tornado hit your house as you're getting ready to pack everything up and go. That was a mess. There was one other time. I have a recording of it too, because I was thinking, should I ever do a video of just Robin's house? Because there's not that many clips of Robin's house. The time that the kids were getting ready to go visit their dad. What house would that have been? Oh, it would have been the rental in Vegas. The cameras were in there following the family. They were getting ready to go, and then she just closed on the house, so they were going to go over and take a look at the new house before taking the kids up to drop them off for Christmas with the dad. That bedroom of Aurora's, I don't like, the dresser was just covered with stuff. There was another piece of furniture covered with stuff. There was stuff on the floor. I was thinking they were moving because I knew they were getting ready to go into the houses and that, but then I went back and watched kind of figured out where we were in the timeline, and I realized, no, they're not planning on moving. They didn't even have the house yet. They had no idea when they were going to get the house. And then I realized I don't really see boxes around. I kind of saw a box that just like had a mess in it. But yeah, she's a hot mess. hot mess. So some people just think she's a hot mess. So that's why her houses look like they do and why all that ugly stuff is all over the walls, is she thinks it looks good and she just can't help herself because she obviously has an addiction to shopping. And so being a collector is ideal for somebody who's addicted to shopping because there's always more things to collect in this collection of things. She claims Charles Dickens, that whole Christmas house thing was because of Kody wanted it. Kody didn't want it. Kody might like that movie, which the whole point of it, he even quoted incorrectly. So I don't know the last time he actually watched it. But at any rate, he because she has all those collections on all those shelves and all that collection of art, I think it's just her. Like, she bought it for him because he likes Charles Dickens. That's what I think. I think it's all her. Other people think they're just buying it all up to use up all the money in tangible things. So if they ever had to liquidate or look at assets that they had, that none of that would be counted. They'd look at bank accounts and tax statements. Yep. Okay. Knit My Bit. I did not know you were a psychologist. Oh, you're probably having a heyday with this show. All right. Robin trying to buy happiness. Yeah. She's certainly trying to fill some sort of void, isn't she? So sad. And that line has been crossed. That's my shoe. Fine line between collecting and hoarding. She's moved beyond it. She has moved beyond it. All right. Yeah, Robin's taste is so tacky, and she wants to be the jewelry designer. And we wonder why it was never successful. Yep. Actually, we don't wonder. Oh, this happened last time, didn't it? I have to reboot it now. Right when we got to the last segment on Thursday. Oh, it came back. Okay, good. All right, let me turn it up. Here's our last segment.
So I just left Janelle's house, and we just had a big blow up.
Oh, now they're going to Mary's. Of course, he went right to Robin.
Good, how are you?
All right. I think we've only had a fight like this maybe 5 times in our lives. Pretty intense. I'm headed over to Mary's because I already had plans to go talk to her.
Wow, you guys seem like. Wah, wah, wah.
I'm okay.
This is a weird place to be coming to that meeting from this.
We better talk about
Holiday
Meeting.
seasons.
All right, let me just pause for a
it. So it's
second.
like,
He calls every time he has to see one of the wives. I'm sure not Robin, but when he has to go see another wife, he calls it a meeting. It's a business transaction. That's what it is. That's what's going down here. Yeah. This is a meeting. Interesting. Actually, that's going to coincide with, I was just looking at the transcript, and I didn't print out the whole rest of it, but the transcript from that interview that Kody did on Mormonism Live. And I'm like, I really need to finish up these videos from Mormonism Live. And I was trying to see where I left off in terms of notes in that. And the guy is really complimenting Kody about how, like, when we had a brief discussion on the phone before this, or, the other day to talk about how this interview was going to go, like, you just kept talking and talking. It's not like you were just talking about yourself, too. You were asking me about me, but it was because the guy was sharing about how he's had 3 divorces. Not because he was a polygamist, but just 3 separate divorces. So he was talking about that. So Kody was talking to him, like, don't you know Cody's talking to you about that because he's interested in himself. He wants to hear what you did because he's going through this now. It's not like he's truly interested, but that's okay, fine. The guy doesn't know him. So they were talking about all that, and the guy was saying how amazing he was that he just kept talking, and he goes, I think you could tell that 3 times I tried to end the conversation, and you just kept going and going. I'm like, yeah, that's Kody. Yeah, that's Kody. And earlier, he came from filming that day. So he was filming that day, and then he had this. And then he And then the guy said, and then, you said at the end, like, oh, I have to get going because I have a meeting. And I was thinking, isn't that funny that this came on right now? I was thinking, because I was reading this as it was sitting here right before we went live. And I was thinking, meeting with who? He doesn't really have real work. What does he do? What meeting? He doesn't have a meeting. He probably had to just do more filming and something. Meeting. It could have been this day, for all we know. He did a shooting in the morning, then he talked to the guy on the phone, and it would be like the perfect time where Kody would just keep talking and try to get more information from him, all about how the divorce of the wives and what did he do and how did it work out, and like, because I don't know what to do, I need to get as much information as possible. Sure enough, he just referred to Mary as a meeting. Okay, I'm going to continue on.
I don't know what there is to talk about.
What's Janelle doing?
Janelle and Christine have rented a short-term rental.
Janelle and Christine.
I thought Christine wasn't
That's a
coming
lie.
until after Christmas.
She's
Yeah,
not.
it's not until after Christmas.
So
I think they're trying to shut me out because they're mad at me.
it's weird. They're being weird right now. What is going on? It's like, all right, guys, it's Christmas. It's supposed to be fun and happy and joyful. Is Janelle not coming over with the kids on Christmas?
No.
She said
Really?
she's not.
Well, no, we're not getting together.
I thought you were talking to her about this and stuff.
Oh, no, we didn't talk.
Oh, I
We
thought
yelled at each other.
you guys yelled at each other?
Yeah, we threw rocks at glass houses.
It's scary because, like, what does this mean? And it sounds like the issues that we're having about Christmas are just getting worse. You guys are just yelling at each other?
Pretty much. I don't even know
About what?
what I was yelling.
What were you yelling
Well, that's
about?
always dangerous when
Well,
you have no
everybody's.
idea what you're
It's
yelling.
it's about it's the blame game. It's the big blame game about who's responsible for our family splitting up over COVID. I don't know. Like, the boys aren't talking to me.
Have you tried?
Yeah, I've reached out to basically everybody. They're making up stories in their mind because they're not talking to me.
Basically.
So everybody's got some story about how dad's a bad guy. But we're just having two groups of Christmas. Hey, listen, I was threatening to do this last Christmas.
Well, no, Christine's not going to be here for Christmas. So that's not two groups.
She's getting together with Janelle.
Well,
After you said.
after
Yeah, well.
Christmas.
He's such a dork.
The fact that our family is not all together and all getting along and doing Christmas together this year is really weird. Maybe it would just be easier for me to hole up in my house and not be around. I don't know. It's tense and awkward and weird.
What I gather from the things Janelle was throwing at me is that everybody's sort of making up a story about me, and they're talking to each other about it, but they're not talking to me about it. And now they're all mad at me.
She was saying that she wasn't going to be the in-between.
Well, I wish she wouldn't be, but she's colluding with them.
Do you think she's colluding with them?
Absolutely.
Kody feels pretty angry, and whenever you're angry, you're not going to see any other perspective. You've got blinders on. But playing devil's advocate, maybe Janelle's not colluding. I mean, when you use the word collude, and when Kody uses it, like, it means everybody is banding up against him. And maybe she's not doing that.
Christine and Janelle are doing everything they can to make it so I'm not the head of the family, which is fine.
Basically,
Which is fine.
I became the head of my
It's fine.
kids' family out of necessity. I was the one
Yeah.
that my kids would listen to, and I was the one my kids talked to. And if they needed to feel love or security or acceptance, they got that from me.
So it's more like, well, what are we going to do for Christmas? So, I guess we do Christmas Eve here and then Christmas morning at Robin's house.
As long as you guys are cool with it. So Christmas Eve has always just been kind of a fun tradition for me. I always host it, but I also give all the kids Christmas jammies. I used to make them when they were younger and there weren't quite so many children. You know, for me, Christmas over the last few years has changed a lot. There's less magic. There's less magic. And I don't know if it's the state of the family, the state of the relationships, and that makes me sad. You know, I need to make my own magic for Christmas, I think. And then do I like invite Janelle and the kids that are around? Or do I not?
How do you want to do it, Mary? How do you want to do Christmas Eve?
I don't know, Kody. I have no idea. Like, I feel like I'm completely stuck in the middle. Let's be real. I am in this place where I'm not saying this to be a jerk. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying how this is just what it is.
Yeah.
Like, you've got Christine who left. You've got Janelle that you're at odds with. I'm like the third wheel because I'm just here. I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know, do I call them and have them come over when you guys are all at odds?
That sounds
Is that
scary. If I could have my Christmas wish, Kody and the boys would get this figured out and we could have Christmas together. Do I think it's going to work for them to get together on Christmas Eve without talking? No, I think there's going to be a fight, and that's what I think is scary.
I feel like I'm sitting here doing the very best that I can to,
I get it.
you know, like, be the family,
Be
in
the
family,
grown-up.
be part of the family, do what the
The only
family's,
adult.
you know, doing. Honestly, I feel like I've been put in a really awkward position.
Yeah.
I'm not in the Kody and Robin married club. I'm not in the Janelle and Christine friend club. If I had my way, the family would all get together and be together. I don't know what to do. If I go over to Robin and Cody's for Christmas, I'm going over to Robin and Cody's for Christmas. If they were to come over to my house, they'd be coming to Mary's house. Not Mary and Cody's house.
Mm-hmm.
They'd be coming to Mary's house. See the difference?
I'm trying to figure out, like, could you be around everybody and, like, because last year you were struggling with that. Like, you were
Let
struggling.
me tell you what to think here,
No,
Kody.
I'd rather just be around people who really want to be around me.
Okay.
It could get ugly.
Could get ugly.
I don't know. I can't speak to Janelle now. I mean, it's just, we've crossed the line. I have no idea when.
You just call her up or you go over and you say,
No,
let's
I'm
talk.
not interested in that. It's just like,
there
has to be a time when we go long enough to where we can look at each other and actually have a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
But Janelle and I
We
need
need
to
to
sit
let
down
time
in
pass so she
space
forgets about it all.
and talk about what we want in our lives. Because I'm not sure she wants me in hers.
So are you
You're
going
starting to get it.
to invite everybody?
Probably not. You know, I'm in this situation, I feel
Robin's
like in the
face is
family where,
She sucked a lemon.
not even in the family, like just in people in general, I think feel like that I am here picking sides. If it happens to be that I do Christmas with Kody and Robin, that means that Kody and Robin are interested in having me around. That's what that means. That doesn't mean that there's any sides being chosen.
I just want to run away from everybody who's been so uncool about what I've tried to do to protect the family.
Ugh.
And they're all like, no, well, you weren't trying to protect us. I'm like, well, I'm trying to protect everybody, but some people don't want to do that. Nobody feels safe.
Your words don't even make sense.
Nobody feels like they can be with another person without being just triggered constantly. And that's a weird thing to be, because with normal people, they can talk me. And I'm going to be like, well, screw you. I'm getting away from you. But with your family, it triggers you. There's this feeling that we've all been done wrong. The flames are on the bridge. And
Oh, God.
I think most of us is just kind of walking away from the bridge, wondering if the bridge is strong enough to hold up, or if it's going to burn down.
It's the
Next
dumbest
time on
analogy
Sister
he's made
Wives.
so far. He's made a lot of dumb analogies. Flames are on the bridge. We're walking away from the bridge. Just trying to see if the bridge is strong enough to hold up. Okay. Nice try. Such a dork. Oh my word. Yes. I know. Mary, stop chasing crumbs. He's so mean to her. He's so mean to her. And she just keeps coming back. And he doesn't see that. He did just refer to Mary as a meeting. Yep. Have a drink. Drink up, y'all. If we did colluding and referring to people as a drink or mentioning Christine, we would be 3 sheets to the wind by now. Hi, Ladybird's mom. Kody nuked the bridge. Yeah, he did. He threw a grenade and he's walking away going, I don't know. How did that happen? Not my fault. I certainly didn't do it. I know. He's still whining about COVID. It's over. It's done with. And he still can't talk to his own children, who in their 20s wanted to see their girlfriends. Oh my gosh. So dumb. All right. K&R orders dinner at cost. Costco. Oh, at Costco. I thought it was going to be at cost. Yeah, they probably do. Living under the bridge without the OG3's money. I'm really interested to see how this season is going. I hope financials are brought into it. Oh, please, TLC. If you watch anybody's videos, you would know what we want to know is what happened to all the money. Where did the money go? How much of each of the exactly dollars, how much of their own money from their houses that had their names on it when they sold it in Vegas went into Robin's house? Dying to know. How much of the houses in Vegas that were built on, well, I mean, Robin never worked and all she had was debt. So everything she has is from the other wives. I don't know, Kody didn't bring anything in. Honest to goodness, it's like, what's yours is mine, what's mine is mine. All right. Gabe said the girlfriend quarantined. Yeah, she was quarantining in her apartment, and he was quarantining in a camper in the backyard. And Janelle said, I mean, she's not quarantining with him because they're not allowed to do that in the family, but she's quarantining in her apartment. So she can come to Christmas too. There's no reason why she can't, because she's quarantining. And so he's seeing the girlfriend, but she's being quarantined. Kody can't listen to it. Where did the money go? Yeah, here's another good t-shirt. You're absolutely right. Where did the money go? I want to know that more than what did the nanny do? Because the nanny, we know, she did everything. Those kids probably love the nannies because I'm sure she was more hands-on than Robin was. All right. I hope TLC is caught up time-wise. I don't think they have, Judith. They had an opportunity, a golden opportunity this spring to put out a short season. You know, just like a 5-week-long mini kind of catch-all. If you've been on this channel before, everyone knows I thought the smart thing to do would be paying tribute to Garrison because they were shooting all the way up to that. And then they were shooting kind of like during and after that. So if they just sort of had a Garrison, I don't know, say tribute, but you know, like they could tastefully do it in a way that they could put some episodes together and they could lump it all together. And then next season when they started, they would just do all the rest of the shoot. They would just leave that segment out of it. And they would just have season 19 minus the Garrison piece of it. Since the majority of the kids aren't involved anyway, but I feel like this needs to be given attention and given the right respect. So I thought that would be the perfect way to handle it. And then that would take a hunk of filming out so that they could catch up because, I mean, we still haven't. Gwendolyn got married last summer, last July. 13 months ago, she got married. We still haven't seen her engagement party. Whenever that was, prior to the wedding. So, like, they're so far behind. They're over a year behind. They're like a year and a half behind. It's so dumb and ridiculous. And they know that if they want to get more viewers, they need, I'm not gonna beat a dead horse here. It's just, it makes no sense. Makes no sense. Because then if it were in real time, people would be reacting as things were happening. People could be commenting live because they used to be on time. The wives used to comment on social media live. They could be on their social media commenting about it. People could be posting. There'd be no spoilers. Like, we know everything that's going to happen before it happens. It's TLC. It's not even just Sister Wives. Anyone that watched Seeking Sister Wives, nothing made me more upset than when I found out that Danielle was pregnant. And I just thought, gosh, that ruined them. It's kind of like finding out you have a birthday party or something, the surprise party. It's like, it's still good. Would it have been better if you would have been surprised? Like, yeah, because you were supposed to be surprised. It's the same thing on these shows. They think they're hiding it, but no, they're not. People are taking pictures of all this baby paraphernalia and stuff being shipped to her front porch. Like, they knew in pictures she was pregnant. Like, oh, if you would have found that out on the show in real time, it would have been like, oh, the shocker of all shockers. Opportunity missed, and people would have been on social media like crazy. It would have been one of those, drop the mic, drop my pen, drop whatever I'm doing. I'm jumping on and I'm doing a live right now, or I'm doing a video, and we're going to talk about this because, oh my goodness, Danielle got pregnant. Like, that's how it is. Now, of course, the Garrison situation is obviously a vast difference from that. It's not the kind of thing that everyone's like, whoa, like there would have been horrible finding out about that in real time. But everything else in the family, like we know about the engagement party. We know that Kody and David met at the engagement party for the first time. We know that TLC cameras were filming all of it and Gwendolyn got upset by that. We know she got married. We know after that Christine got married because we already watched that out of sequence in January, last January, even though that won't happen until the October after the July that Gwendolyn got married. Like, it's a hot mess. It's a real hot mess. Sometimes I think that TLC does it just because that way they don't have to be accountable and the participants don't have to be accountable. So I mean, that's my new philosophy on why this book is also a hot mess. When they don't give specifics on dates and timelines and they talk about things and they jump around in that, nobody can hold anyone accountable because you don't really know when things happened. And that now we're finding that out with the money, right? Where did the money really go? Oh, I want to know. I want to know. All right. Okay. That's it. We are beyond 9 o'clock. That was a fun one. Want a quick little peek?
This is the first year that I'll be doing Christmas separate.
This is what we're going to do on Tuesday.
Janelle's doing Christmas separate too.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, the bikes.
I really don't expect that we'll see Kody. It's been a week and a half and he hasn't said a thing or called or texted Savannah.
We were one big family and now we're kind of separate.
Come in. Hey, how's it going?
You get in this place where it's like, well, I should just be the devil I think I am now.
We can deny it to ourselves, but Robin's in for a ride, and any of the other wives that stay with them.
I had no idea.
We get more Nathan wisdom. Oh, bliss, oh joy. He does say something really dumb in the cartoon. I don't remember what it was, but I remember him saying something, and I was like watching it going, what? And Cody's like, wow, dude, you're right. I don't remember what it was, but it was bad. All right. Very good. It was so good being with all of you. I will go back and read through this chat. afterwards so I can catch up on everything that I missed. Did anyone know what the shirt is in reference to? I haven't been watching the whole chat. I'll read through and see. I want to order dinner for Kody. Hot water, 50 lemons, and a stalk of celery. Oh, Scarlett, you drove by Coyote Pass? Oh my goodness. It's not that great. You know, it doesn't look that great. And do you remember all the prairie dogs that were on it that had toxic feces? So they were like, tell the kids don't play in the dirt because the prairie... Right then I would have been like, we're buying another piece of land. I have a lot of children. They like to play outside in the dirt. They actually put a whole dirt area in the back when they were in Vegas so that the kids could play. They like to play outside, and it's toxic. The feces of these prairie dogs. Didn't turn them away. They were like, oh, beautiful mountain. Robin likes this one better than the other one. This is where we're gonna live. Crazy. Crazy. All right. I'm gonna say good night to you. Oh, let me do my quote. I have no reference for this, but my quote, the quote that was next that I started reading on Thursday, is very short, but it's a good one for Janelle too, because she's the most peaceful one out of all of them. What is peace? Peace is the inner calm when you have an outer storm. Staying calm when the storm is going on around you. Let it go. Storm all you want. I mean, now that I think about it, it's really kind of obvious. That's what peace is. For some reason, when I first heard it, I thought, oh, that's good. It's probably from Sister Wives. All right. It was a Kody. It's a Kodyism. All right. Good night, my sister friends. All right. Misty, you're right. I do have the very best chat groups. Honest to goodness. I love you all. And welcome to all of you who can't make it on Thursday nights. I'm glad that you were here. And I will see you all on Tuesday night. I'll make not the JPEG. I keep calling it that. I'll make the thumbnail soon and get it up so that you can see that it's coming on Tuesday. And then we will do again on Thursday so we can start to catch up a little bit. You are welcome. That's nice of you all to say thank you. Good night to you all. Have a good evening.